What is up, comic fan? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today we're going to be talking about a comic hunting miracle. What did I find in the wild? And as well, I'm going to talk about something really special with it that was pointed out to me by a good friend, Mr. Beckerman, and it is hilarious. You do not want to miss this. But first, check this out. Be sure to hit up bigtimecollectibles.com if you're in the market for any of the hottest exclusives in the game. You can follow them on Instagram and Facebook. They're doing all kinds of big things right now. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, look no farther than Justin Comic on Instagram. He can take care of you for as little as $10 a book. He's got some of the fastest turnaround times in the game. If you use that promo code WeAreLegion, you can take advantage of the special offer he's got running right now. All right, guys, so let's get into it. This is, for me, a comic hunting miracle. And as you can tell by the thumbnail, we are going to be talking about Mr. Miracle specifically. So if you followed my channel for any amount of time, you know that I have a lot of great shops that are available to me in the Augusta area. And one of them is called Dead Media Collectibles. Please be sure to give them a follow on Instagram or Facebook. I'll try to link them in the description below. He is constantly getting amazing stuff. Angel owns and runs the store, and it's exactly what it sounds like, Dead Media. They've got a lot of old VHSs, DVDs, Blu-rays, stuff like that, but they also have old toys, collectibles, comic books. It's a fantastic shop, and it can take you straight down memory lane, and you never know when he's going to get some awesome stuff. And a while back, I got one of my favorite DC properties. You know, anything that Jack Kirby did at DC, creating the fourth world, I'm always drawn to it. It's just such cool stuff. So I did pick up a Mr. Miracle #1 from him a while back, and this is from March of 1971. It gave you the first appearance of Scott Free, Mr. Miracle, and his little sidekick Oberon. And then not long after that, when I went to the Augusta toy and comic show called the Joe Fest, I managed to pick up an issue #2, which was the first appearance of Granny Goodness, who was also seen in Zack Snyder's Justice League cut on HBO Max. It was really cool actually getting to see her. But this is from May of 1971. So I had those two, and then I have some later filler issues as well, as I think it's issue 17, which is the first appearance of Shiloh Norman, who's like the current Mr. Miracle. And Angel hit me up while I was working the other day and let me know that he had gotten in a bunch of some Bronze Age DC goodness, and he told me what all he had. I'm like, awesome, dude. I'll get by there Friday. Can't wait to see what's left. And I did ask him if possible, if there's one specific that I wanted, and it happens to be the first one that we're going to talk about today. Well, no, not the first one. Let's see. Let me switch up the order. We're going to start with keeping them in order. So there was 1 and 2. So from July of 1971, I've got Mr. Miracle issue #3, which is the first appearance of Dr. Bedlam, which, like, pretty much all of these fourth world books, whether it be Forever People, Mr. Miracle, New Gods, all of them have some kind of key relevance. It doesn't mean that they're like huge, expensive books, but of course there's going to be first appearances all through them, because Jack Kirby was building huge stories and worlds with tons of characters at this time at DC. So this was shortly after he left Marvel on not so great terms between him and Stan Lee, with the working conditions that he was under and not getting proper credit for stuff. And yeah, that's a story for a different day, but we are going to touch on it a little bit at the end of this video with a little treat. So be sure to stay to find out what that is. But here's the big one that I was after, the one out of the run that I really, out of the run that I'm missing. This is the one that I wanted the most. And this is issue #4, which is the first appearance of Big Barda, who is Scott Free's old lady. That's his girl, and she can wreck him. She is an absolute trooper, man. She is tough as nails. And this is September of 1971. So if you notice, this title came out every other month. It wasn't monthly. It was every other month, which I think is pretty cool. I didn't realize that till I was going through looking at all of them. The next up, we've got issue #5, and you guessed it, from November of 1971. And this is the first appearance of Vermin Vundabar, who's just an elite assassin for Darkseid. So again, it's just constant, enjoy your trip on Dr. Wunderbar's murder machine. Yeah. You can just hear him saying, yeah, with this little monocle in and stuff. So, dude, these covers are fantastic. The Kirby artwork on them is just crazy. The contraptions that he has them in, like, it's just, there's you know, he's the greatest escape artist. Also, big, beautiful, dangerous, Big Barda. I hate that she didn't make the cover. So she's not on the cover of any of these so far. And then next up, The final one that I picked up, and shout out to Digger Jim, I know he just picked one up recently in a graded copy for the low, but this is issue number 6 from, again, you guessed it, January this time, 2 months later, 1972, with this amazing cover with him just exploding out with the rockets on the back of the chair, and you get a shot of Oberon right there. So that is amazing. And this is where we want to pause. There is another book after this that isn't Mr. Miracle, but it's awesome, and you're going to want to hear the news attached to it as well. But this one right here with the first appearance of the Female Furies, which is Darkseid's elite fighting force of assassins that are trained by Granny Goodness on Apocalypse. So that includes Bernadette, Lashina, Mad Harriet, and Stompa were the Female Furies. And another big thing about this book that I'd never heard talked about till I spoke to Beckerman, but it's the first appearance and introduction of Funky Flashman. And who is that, might you ask? He's a horrible person in the books. He's kind of just the bottom of the barrel, and he's like this promoter guy that just throws everyone in front of the bus. And the biggest funny part about it is it's him and House Roy is his little assistant that he kind of keeps continuously throwing through the stories. Now, Funky Flashman and House Roy were Jack Kirby's intentional shot at Stan Lee and his protege Roy Thomas, because again, he left Marvel on bad terms, was very, very upset with them, and he came over to DC and did great things. Some of like my favorite properties that happened at DC were his work. I think Darkseid is my all-time favorite villain easily. But let's take a look at who Funky Flashman is and House Roy. I did manage to get a good photo that really encapsulates what they were all about. So as you see, and Funky Flashman is the one with the red tie and the jacket. And you can see from that second panel that it looks like his toupee is flying off because he is bald and he doesn't have a beard. That's all prosthetics that he put on earlier in the issue. And he's grabbing House Roy and just throwing him into the middle of the danger. So that's how he treated him. He treated him like a joke, and like they were just completely selfish, ridiculous characters. So he was clearly upset with the state of things with his working relationship with Marvel. So that was wild to actually see that and find that out. And then the last book, and this is the one that you might want to pay attention to because it is one that's in my collection. And why would I buy another copy, you say? Because this is Forever People, issue number 1 from February of 1971. This is the first full appearance of Darkseid. He first appeared in Jimmy Olsen, Superman Spout 134, in just a small panel and just a close-up of his face on a monitor screen talking with Morgan Edge. So this copy is going to be going back out in some way, shape, fashion, or form, whether it be in a subscriber giveaway if I hit a milestone by the time I'm ready, or if it goes into the monthly Legion loot box for the channel members, which that's most likely what will happen, depending on how fast the subscribers move and all that good stuff. So I thought that would be a good way just to pick something up and get it back out. I'll try to get some decent stuff to put into the members giveaway box that happens monthly, sponsored by Big Time Collectibles, but I try to stack more into it. The last one that I just did had an approximate value of $492 and included this right here, and I lowballed this in the total as well. So that was that Heroes Initiative JLA Avengers trade paperback that just came out. So if it's something that you're considering, hit that join button, check out what it has to offer. There's a lot that we give back, and thank everybody for your support of the channel. And I do want to go ahead and throw these little graphics up I have here. I appreciate each and every one of the channel members. Thank you guys so much. If you see names up on these cards that you're not familiar with, check them out on Instagram or here on YouTube. A lot of them are putting out fantastic content as well. And thank you to all the subscribers out there. If you haven't subscribed already, it costs nothing. Hit that button. It helps me out tremendously. And until next time, guys, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.